Finally hooked up. Oh, this feels like a pretty good cat. Real nice cat. Oh. Tank. What a beautiful fish. Awesome channel catfish. It's a nice big male fish. Got it on the triple S channel cat bait, the blood formula. I'm gonna let this guy go. That's my first fish, but that's a great fish. Let's keep going. Oh, yes. Oh, that was awesome. That was my first catfish of the year. Actually, second, but first real good size one. We're just fishing up along the rocks, along the train tracks, up on pool 6. Been getting some really good hits, but haven't been able to hook up, and I finally hooked up on one. Let's get after them and do it again. Just using these dip worms. They come rigged with a treble hook. Not real super excited about the size of that treble hook. If I were to do it myself, which I think I will for later trips, I'll put a little bit bigger hook on there. But they come rigged with line right through it and a loop at the end. So what you do is you put the loop through your swivel eye and then put the swivel back through the loop, just like that. Pull it tight. So you end up with that. Then I'm running like a 3/4 ounce bell sinker and then a bead to protect the knot. And then I'll tie the other end of the swivel on to the main line. Use a Palomar knot. That's your setup right there. First time the worm goes in the dip bait, you don't need to dry it. It's nice and dry. But after it's been in the water, you want to make sure you dry it off before you rebait, because the bait won't stick otherwise. So always bring a lot of paper towels. They're nice for cleanup too. But I just put the worm right in the bait, and you use like a paint stick or just a stick you might have laying around. And I push the worm right down in. I just bury it right in there. Make sure the bait is packed around it, and then I just slowly pull it out. You can kind of knock off some of the excess, but that's what you end up with right there. And that'll last for a while, 15 minutes or so, and then you want to clean it off and put some more bait on or move to a different spot. That one chewed my thumb up a little bit. It's alright. It's a sign of a good day. This one I got rigged up similar. Quite a bit heavier weight, 3 ounce, which is probably a little bit of an overkill. Bead, swivel, a lead line, then I'm using a circle hook on this one. And then just putting that worm right on that circle hook. Since this one was in the water, I'm going to dry it off real good. This certainly is not a clean way to fish, so it's important to bring a lot of paper towels with. Dip that down in there, work the bait into the plastic, just like so, and we are ready to cast. And if you have rod holders, use them, because that last fish almost pulled my rod right in. I have rod holders, but they're not rigged up yet. Now we wait. Well guys, I'm on my last spot of the evening. Got the one real good fish, missed a couple others. But I don't have real good lighting for night fishing tonight, so I'm gonna have to call it. But stick with me for day 2. We're gonna get some more cats. Alright guys, so I'm back out after fishing yesterday and catching that real nice catfish. Made a few changes just after what I learned yesterday. I got rod holders now, so that's good. I just basically just bolted those on, kind of temporary positions, but I think it'll be better than not having a rod holder. I also kind of changed my rigging. So I'm going with the 2-ounce pyramid sinker and the bead and the swivel, just like yesterday, but I'm shortening up my leader a little bit. That'll keep the bait from moving around so much. And then I downsized the hook, or upsized it in the case of the treble hook I was using. But I changed the hook to it's a 5/0 octopus circle hook, and then I'm just putting that rubber worm on there. And the rubber worm I'm using is actually, this isn't a catfish bait, this is a bass lure. It's actually a product by Lake Fork Trophy Lures. It's a big bass worm, but you cut those in half. They have really nice ribs on them and they hold the bait pretty well. They do come a little bit oily, so it's good to wipe the oil off so the bait sticks better. But these work just as well as the catfish worms. That's the basic setup we're going to be using today, and let's see if we can get a cat or two. There, we're getting a bump there. There we go. With these circle hooks, you kind of want to let the fish hook themselves. Oh yeah, we're on. It's like a nice fish. Good start to the day. Nice kitty cat. Be a good eater. Oh. Beautiful fish. That didn't take 5 minutes. Let's get some more. Roofda, he was talking to me. This might be your best friend out here when fishing with this dip bait, so make sure you have one of these. for about 20 minutes or so and got that first fish right away. And I've been getting little taps here and there. What that is that smaller fish just pulling the dip bait off my worm. I think typically a good rule of thumb is 20 to 30 minutes and then head to your next spot. If you have enough time in the day, you can go back to a spot and see if you can get another fish. But we're going to keep moving and just try and stay on some active fish. I think the biggest fish are most active and they're going to be the first ones to bite. So let's move to the next spot down. At spot number 2, basically just slid down the rocks here, maybe 75 yards. It's gotten a little bit deeper, sitting in 13 feet where we were in 8 before. That 8 to 9 foot range is where we got our fish last night too, so maybe that's kind of the magic depth to key in on. We'll see how this goes. That 2-ounce sinker is just perfect tonight. It's not too heavy. It's not so light where if you get a few weeds on your line, it's not pulling that sinker up off the bottom. Oh guys, spot number 2 is slow, really slow. A few small bumps, but I'm gonna head on to spot number 3. Alright guys, we're at spot number 3 today. This is where we caught the nice one yesterday. It just looks really good here. We got a bunch of snags down there. The bottom comes up a little bit and we got kind of a flat there. So we're gonna get our baits out there and see if we can pick up a fish or two here. There we go. We're on. Oh no. Oh, he got off. He was on there. Get baited back up and try it again. We are on a giant. Feels pretty good. It's a smaller fish, but he is definitely a catfish. It's the right species. He is fat. Look how fat that thing is. He completely ate my worm. Look at the belly on that thing. Nice looking fish. Nice channel cat. He completely ate that thing. Wow. I have to do some surgery on this guy. Alright, there we go. Catfish number 2. Not giant, but a fun fish to catch. We'll get that guy back. Well, I think that's going to do it for spot number 3. We got some good action here. We actually got some really good bites. Missed one fish and caught another, but I think it's time to move on to the next spot. This is the lucky spot because we're running out of daylight here. We've got maybe a half an hour or so of fishing time left. Might try 1 or 2 more spots. We got a real nice deep bank here. Bunch of timber down in the water. flow is just about perfect. Currently we're in 16 feet, so it's a little deeper than what we've been fishing. Just gotta kind of try a bunch of different stuff and see what happens. Really haven't done much catfishing as of recent, so I'm still trying to kind of figure out what they want and where they're hanging out. On. Oh, yeah. That did not take long. We are hooked up. Goes to show you that you do not need to fish long in a spot to find out if there's fish there. Feels like a pretty good fish. Oh yeah, good cat. Go. Alright guys, our third fish of the day. Just an absolute beauty. Oh, that was fun. Just got set up in our spot here and he just started hammering within 5 minutes. Didn't take long at all. And I sure do love catfish, and that is just a blast. Those rods are just sitting still, and then all of a sudden it's just boom, boom, boom. Grab it and the fight is on. It's been a while since I did some real good catfishing, and I sure do miss it. I'll have to do more of it. I hope some of you guys out there watching are catfishing lovers, because I sure do enjoy it. I really like fishing for everything. As long as it tugs, creates that excitement of the bite and the fight, I don't care what it is. But catfish, man, they sure do battle. Such a blast. I think we learned something there, that they aren't just shallow. That one was 16 feet, where the first couple fish were only in the 8 and 9 feet. So you really just got to keep moving and stay on some active fish. But we got deeper water and a lot of timber, which is always a good recipe for catfish. Well guys, that rainstorm, it's got enough lightning in it where I don't want to be on the water. I think I'm gonna get out of here. I had a great night. Got some really nice catfish. I hope you guys learned something tonight, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.